King's servant.
Huzzah!
Animalkin, really? Animalkin servant?
Written in the King's sign, the King's language, the King's writing.
Okay, lords and ladies, I know you're all expecting the continuation of the storyline, but first I must go over a little bit of business with you. As you can see...
I shall step away then.
Thank you. As you can see, lords and ladies, this sign seems to have been put on my back by some personage. I am Garrett. I am the head manservant to King Tonatris of this kingdom. I serve His Majesty, King Tonatris, and none other. However, there are some here that are visiting this shire who seem to believe that I am at their beck and call and not the king's. I can't understand. I wonder who that could be, but I have a pretty good idea that there's somebody out there who wants me to do things for him, like, oh, I don't know, get him a drink at the tavern.
Huzzah! Huzzah! Who would like a drink at the tavern? He's taking orders, he's taking orders. The Animalkin servant is taking orders today.
I have explained to him on numerous times that I am not his servant or anybody's except for King Tonatris. But he continues to push my buttons and bully me and try to get me to give him a drink from the tavern. I can only take this insult so far. Now I will take it to the dueling ring.
'Tis true?
'Tis true. After this scene that you're about to watch, this very intriguing scene, please, once you get up and leave, before you peruse the shops, come see me redress my grievances against Chaff Badgerkin here at the dueling ring. At the dueling ring, we will settle this with steel. If he wins, I will understand this sign and I will become his servant and I will procure whatever he needs, be it water or fermented water or whatever badgers drink. What do badgers drink?
We drink lots.
Lots.
We drink lots.
They drink lots of water, lots of other things.
Whatever.
If I am to win this fight, God willing, then he will have to drop his challenge, correct?
And next weekend, Fairy Servant! Huzzah!
Alright, obviously I'm not getting through to him, so after this scene is over, lords and ladies, please, please, please take a few steps, watch the dueling ring,
and
watch...
roots for Animalkin!
I see you shortly.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Just brilliant. That could not have gone better if I had put the words in that moron Gorgle's head myself.
I'm tired of these games, Mendax. I could have slain Tonatris and all those fools as they sat there like cattle.
I agree. This contest is like what our children do to prepare for real war. We fight for life. We fight to conquer. We do not fight for sport.
I understand, Your Majesties, but you must believe me when I tell you that this is about far more than the position of Lord High Constable. You will crush them when the time is right. Just hold a little longer.
I do not appreciate the idea of being used, Mendax. Neither will you.
You are well aware of your role in this. Otherwise, you would have had me killed the moment our paths first crossed.
Your insolence would get you killed if you were any other man.
But I am not any other man, my queen. I offer you something that you have never had, and by the gods, I will deliver. I'm not talking about the slums of the Yorkish wastes. I'm not talking about the tundra and frozen northlands. I am talking about nothing less than all the nations of the world.
You keep saying that! Big words. I'm a small man.
Well, when you're exiled from your home and forced to wander the land as an outlaw, you have a lot of time to think. And one thought kept crossing my mind. Tonatris is far too powerful for just one man. His armies take down opponent after opponent, and there seems to be no end in sight.
Tonatris has not dared attack the Northlands for hundreds of years.
Because you know better. Tyr, your facade of proud warrior does not hold with me. You are both far too smart to believe that the Northland Army stands a chance on its own. You need allies.
We are not known for our diplomatic treaties, Mendax.
This has certainly not escaped me, but that is exactly what this day is for. So patience, your majesties.
Northlanders!
Dwarves.
Is the warmth of Culane agreeing with you? Or has it begun to boil your brains from the inside out?
We adjust just as you, King Brucane. These valleys are far from the dwarven mountains of Grumor.
We are made of sturdy stock, King Tyr. The inner realms of our mountains make this land seem downright chilly. It is nothing we are not already used to.
And what are the valley lands of Grumor? How do they compare to this weather?
They change often, and in truth, we try not to traverse there.
Because of the goblins of Kobolos?
Vile creatures!
Relax, they are our allies.
But yet they seek to be a nation of their own. They have their king and queen here to steal the position of Lord High Constable from your grasps. Northlanders would never stand for such meddling.
They'll never win the tournament. This is just a gesture on the goblins' part.
A gesture King Tonatrus encourages. I find it distasteful you would allow another to undermine your rule, King Brucane.
Gods forbid I would ever want to disappoint a Northlander. I shall be more careful in the future, Queen Mai.
Your complacency is a weakness, dwarf. If you are not careful, it will be your undoing.
I look forward to seeing you on the tournament field, barbarian.
Oh, it will be a most glorious, if all too short battle.
Always with the short jokes.
Until then, dwarf.
Is it true you're one of the conspirators who attempted to overthrow Culane your last?
It was all so long ago I can barely remember who did what.
That's a shame. Sounds like a rather interesting story.
I'll make you a deal. If the pair of you meet me down at the Flipping Bird Tavern at about 2:30, I'll buy you both an ale, and I'll tell you all about it.
We'll be there.
Your Majesty, Lieutenant General.
I do not trust that slime Dothleck. I think we should try to avoid him.
Aye, but the Northlanders did make some interesting observations.
Yes, but I'm not uncertain that it wasn't that Mendax character that put them in their heads.
Perhaps, but does not make them wrong.
Yes, just fools.
Who are fools, Brucane?
No one, Kalvala. At least no one currently present. We were speaking of the Northlanders.
Ah, yes, they do have the capability to be quite foolish.
But yet they are very adept hunters, respectable predators.
And how goes the hunting savannah, Skalkalin? It's not often we see the Animal King in the mountains of Grumor.
Well, we try not to stray too far from our own tribe's lands, especially where the food is sparse.
A pity. I'd very much like to see more of you around my parts.
I'm certain you think so, Lieutenant General.
Please, call me Dothleck.
Very well. And you can call me, call Kalin, Lieutenant General.
If you're finished.
For now.
Besides, we have enough trouble with those damnable fairies. Our hunt gets harder every season when we have to watch out for more of Kuki's sacred spaces. I swear they do it just to spite the Animal King.
Spite? Do the fairies even know how to be spiteful? I imagine their heads are filled with thoughts of rainbows and sunshine.
That is true. They barely know where they are half the time. It's either that or they're just plain stupid.
Or viciously cunning. The Alpha of Sylvanus believes them to be far more observant and insightful than they let on, on purpose.
Seems like a long time to keep up a charade.
That is my view. But there is a reason the Alpha leads us. Perhaps he knows better than we.
Oh, perhaps the Alpha just chooses to be blind.
Never speak of the Alpha of Sylvanus with such disrespect, Galin, or I will hunt you myself.
Of course. I'm sorry, Caldwell.
My apologies. Every member of every tribe of Sylvanus must always know their place. Sometimes running with the other nations makes us forgetful.
Understandable. But in any case, we should be going. We wouldn't want King Tonatores to miss us.
Yes, that would be unfortunate. Good day to you both.
Are our dwarven women not good enough for you?
Of course, Your Majesty, but I do like to consider myself a man of the world.
Of course you do. Now let us get going before the fathers of Unlee run you out of town.
Have we met? A little more discreet, slow.
Don't look if you're finished.
Lords and ladies, the scene is complete. You wish to see fights in the Circle of Resolution? They're happening now, over there.